Yeah, always. Hey, welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. Joined again with Sean Gervais from OrbisX CRM and Marshall Hill from Pints and Polishing Podcast and Hyperclean Car Care Products. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, doing well. Darren, thank you very much for another hyper clean glass order. Thank you so much. Little glass cleaner. Headed up there to Canada.
Woo woo! Let's go.
Yeah. Man, what's them Canadians doing on that glass cleaner? That's cool.
I know, right? Yeah.
He's really liking it.
And believe it or not, we can still detail when it's cold out. Crazy, I know. Crazy concept. We detail when it's too cold and we detail when it's too hot. It's a crazy concept, you know. But yeah, no, it's the glass cleaner. First off, it was amazing. That was I didn't think, like, you never know what product someone's gonna get hung up on, you know, and be like, oh, that's the one that I love. Me personally, it was always Uno. I love Uno and Dos, but I don't know if you remember this, but we had one guy at my shop, and he was like hung up on Slick. He just fucking loved it, man. He used Slick on everything, man. I don't know, like he just couldn't get enough of it. So anyway, that was what he got hung up on. But for me, my second was always the glass cleaner as well. But glass cleaner is not really like a sexy thing to a lot of people.
Yeah,
to, like,
it's so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But for
It's
me,
like, it's glass cleaner. But
it's glass cleaner. Yeah, but
just
for
wait till you
me,
use it.
that it's one of the biggest things I notice. Like, first off, when I go into a house or I stay at a hotel or anything like that, glass and mirrors, I don't know. I have a thing for them, you know?
It's also at the very end of the details, usually when you do glass, all right? You go to clean the glass, it's one of the very last steps.
Yeah.
You typically get to that moment and you're not excited. Right? You're like, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now? Right? Like, what's going to happen? Right? And if you're used to fighting your glass cleaner, you just know, okay, you know, it's about to have a little fight.
Yeah. Big fight.
Good thing is with hyperclean glass cleaner, there's no fight. It's simply the easiest you'll ever use.
Yeah. It's true. And that's where, for me, you're right. It's the last thing you do. And it's last thing you do, but the first thing the customer is going to see most times, you know?
Yeah.
And
First
especially,
complaint.
yeah, first complaint. Exactly. And the thing is, if you don't nail that, because if you do nail it, customers can overlook like minor imperfections in your work. If, you know, maybe you forgot something or you didn't do the greatest job in one thing, or maybe you did do a great job, but then just like some dust settled from somewhere else, or who knows. They'll overlook that most times, just naturally, not like they look at it and say, I'll forgive them for this. I just literally mean they don't even see it. But if the windows or the mirrors are dirty still, all of a sudden now their spidey sensors go off and they start just overanalyzing everything in the car, the whole job. And that's where it's like, that's your moment to shine, you know? But I think a lot of people are like terrified of, you know, they hear glass cleaners, they think of cleaning glass, and oh gosh, it's like a nightmare for them. If you have the right products, you actually start learning to love it, and you're excited, you know?
Love it as much as you love AI? I don't know.
Oh man, that's a tough one. My love for AI is deep. It is, ooh, that's tough. And I don't think so. That's where I think when the day comes that we do hire AI robots, that'll probably be something that we still have humans do, is clean the glass. I think so. I think that'll be an important step. But yeah, definitely going to hire robots to do all the rest of it. But it's one of those things, the dexterity of robots is just not quite there yet. So like they keep trying to make robots that have like functioning legs and stuff, but for most commercial environments, you actually need a bigger base with wheels. And then on the home domestic side, I think we're a long ways away from robots, to be honest, because I saw this tech show they have in China. I can't remember the name of it, but it just passed too. It's all the latest tech, and they had these robots that were folding clothes. And watching it was like it was trying to fold a towel, a microfiber, and it had two little pincher type things, almost like fingers, but it was just two of them. And the one side, it grabbed the towel, no problem, but as it grabbed the towel, it kind of tilted the towel a little bit and shifted it, and it was just out of reach for the other pincher. And so it's going like this, and it's just repeatedly trying to grab it, and it just couldn't Anyway, it finally like shifted around. It did it and it folded the towel. But I remember looking at that and I said, "Oh yeah, we're a little ways away from the dexterity of doing certain things that have variables." But I do think that we will have robots that do other types of things. Um, Definitely, I don't know, maybe like drying things. Probably some coding stuff. I don't think we'll be seeing them doing like PPF or tint, but even tint, I think we're at a point where it's gonna. We lost Marshall; he'll jump on again. But even with tint, like we're gonna start seeing more like electrified windows, where it's like I don't even know what it is the process, but I've seen it a lot in offices. My wife used to work in an office where they at this law firm, and they had it for all of their. They had big open boardrooms and stuff like that, meeting rooms, but they needed privacy because it was a law firm, and so they had each of them outfitted where you could push a button like a light switch type thing, and the whole room would just go opaque. So it could either be clear or you could adjust it and change a different tint, but it wasn't film. I don't know what it was, something like grains or something inside the actual window, how it was constructed. It was in the glass. It was pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of my love for AI, no, that's yeah, that is something else. So, but on that note, man, seeing where AI is going, I do keep up on a lot of these trends and stuff because AI is one of those things that it's a hot topic. A lot of people fear it and they say it's going to be something that replaces jobs, or a lot of people criticize it, saying oh, it sounds too generic. I can tell that your ads are AI and stuff like that. And a lot of times that's true. But just like, think about before AI was even a thing, you'd have people that would put out ads and you'd get similar type criticism, like, oh, that sounds like a 4-year-old wrote it, or you think that's even going to work to sell to customers. So the fact that we have tools now that, yeah, it's going to sound like AI at times, but it sounds a lot more polished and so on and so forth, that's better. And the whole thing is you can get better at how you do that. So, like myself, I follow a lot of people on YouTube and different social platforms that talk about certain things, marketing wise, advertising, how to nurture customers, win customers, close leads, all kinds of stuff. I'm always learning and studying things, and what I do is I have my personal favorites and I build prompts and I make master prompts for our AI, and essentially I say, listen, remember this, we're going to create all of our ads for AutoWorld, and I want you to, have it in this person's, style of talking. And if I have to send some YouTube video links, I send them and I say, like, watch these videos, study how this person, constructs ads and the tone that they use, the words, the pauses, all that kind of stuff, and then put that into our advertisements when you're creating them, so that we can basically mimic their same style. So there's ways that you can make AI not sound like AI by not being generic. If you ask generic prompts, you're going to get generic replies and responses. So instead, you drill down and you ask it something like that, which I think is pretty cool, and you customize it to you. So we've got some stuff in the works that's coming that's going to help you with your ads, with your social media posts. It's going to help you with your writing to your emails, rewriting all of your packages, changing the way that they're worded on your booking form. A big one is always, oh, my booking form, it looks good, but like I wish there was a way to just make it better and improve it and stuff like that. And so there's going to be like an AI analyzer that'll look at your booking form and it'll suggest, this, and you can tell it, like, I want to be more aggressive, or I want to be less aggressive, I want to be more empathetic and let emotion shine through, like maybe like Gary Vee does, or I want to be more like clear, straight to the point, like Alex Hormozy. Like there's different things that you'll be able to do to dictate to the AI how you want to get the best result in the end. So that's some pretty cool stuff that's coming down the pipeline. And then we've got, obviously, Magic Voice being integrated, so you have your AI receptionist essentially that can close deals, book deals, all right within OrbisX as well, which is pretty dope. And then there's going to be a lot more other stuff coming. Can't get into too much, but once we're finished with the Booking Form 2 launch, we'll be diving into that pretty heavy. But yeah, AI, on the note of replacement stuff, because we obviously integrate AI pretty heavily at our shop and across all of our businesses, actually, like everything from our printing shop all the way up down to OrbisX as well. But a lot of people are concerned about replacement with AI. And I think you got to start looking at things a little differently and realize that the goal shouldn't be to replace a position per se, because in the future, and this isn't so you can save jobs and be an employer. That's just hear me out. What I'm saying is that in the future things are going to be different. So AI's been out now for quite some time. You can't even say like it's the future and it's coming. Like it's here, it's been here, it's almost the past. If you haven't adopted AI in some capacity in your business, like I don't even know where you've been doing business, to be honest. So what you need to understand is that this fear of, okay, let's just take a company, and that company, they've hired someone, they're an office admin, and her name's Cindy. Okay, so Cindy's working there, she's office admin, and people think, oh, AI is going to replace her role. But really, it's not a role that's being replaced. It's what does Cindy do? Like, it's her workflow, right? She shows up to work. From the time she shows up until she clocks out and goes home, what is Cindy doing all day? And that's her workflow. And then the tasks that are repeatable are the ones that you automate. You automate them with technology, with AI, with computers. The ones that are exceptions are the ones where Cindy takes over that part of the workflow. And that's how you have to start looking at things and say, okay, so what does Cindy do day to day? How can we streamline certain parts of Cindy's workflow? Because if we can streamline it, we can scale those parts. We can do them more. While at the same time, if you free up Cindy so she doesn't have to deal with those tasks, the repeatable ones that a computer can do, you free her up to work on the exceptions. So now she can handle that much more of the exception side that computers aren't going to be very good at. And that's how you start to scale, and that's how you keep someone like Cindy gainfully employed. She's actually worth even more to the company. She's assigning more value to herself and to the company. She's going to be with you longer as a result of that, instead of being replaced. And that's because her workflow is now more concentrated on skills that only Cindy would be able to do, versus the repeatable things that, like if you can automate it with AI, then it should be automated with AI. Absolutely. She could even be, overseeing the AI. She could be overseeing other parts of workflows and other staff members that could be automated as well. And that's where it's like, if there's things that can be automated for staff, it makes sense to automate them so that they can focus on the exceptions as well. So you have to remember, if it's repeatable, automate it when you can. If it's an exception, assign it to a human being. That's the formula in a nutshell. And what I do see in the future is it's going to be a lot different than how we used to hire people. We used to say, okay, so I'm running my company, so let's take my shop, AutoWorld. So we've got AutoWorld. Okay, great. We need to hire a tinter, or we need to hire a detailer, or we need to hire an office admin or a receptionist or something. It's always a role. We've always been hiring people based on a role instead of a workflow. Okay, so I need someone that can, help with exterior quick washes prior to a vehicle going into our dry bay to get tinted. So, okay, I need someone to be part of that workflow. If there's a way I can automate that, because we have to do it for virtually every car that comes in, then we should. That's going to mean installing, all kinds of stuff to do a quick wash on a vehicle without touching it. But it's obviously cheaper in a way to just hire people and make that part of their workflow. But it's look at all the pieces that they have to do, and what you need to do is, instead of thinking of a role, okay, I need to hire a social media marketing person, take a look at the workflow first. Define the workflow. Okay, so our end result is we want to have this many posts every day, or this many posts every week. We want to have it posted on these platforms. We want to have videos created. We want to, publish in Facebook groups. We want to publish on this community member board, whatever it is. Take a look. That's the result. Now, what's the workflow that gets you to that result? Start to identify the pieces, the things you have to do. And now what you need to do is either find technology, so maybe it's AI, maybe it's a software that exists, whatever it is, find those pieces that can do the repeatable stuff, and then the exceptions, that's where now you say, okay, you start to kind of define a role. So even though you're not looking for a role per se, I need a person to handle steps, 1, 3, 8, and 7. whatever. I don't know. Those are the pieces I need that person to do. Does that have a title or a position? Is that like I need a super exec admin or whatever? No, like what you need is just a person that's going to get paid X, and they're going to be your workflow optimizer. Whatever. Call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter, because the role itself isn't as important as it is understanding the fundamental principles here, that what you're doing is hiring someone to accomplish portions of a workflow that get you to a result. And that's where part of it's going to be with AI, part of it's going to be with real human beings. And the goal is study what the human beings are doing and find ways to find the things that are repeatable and automate them. So you replace that part of their workflow with automation, with AI, then find the parts that are exceptions. They focus on those, while at the same time analyze the AI. Find areas where the AI itself is doing things that are great. Okay, it's doing the repeatable stuff, but is it running into exceptions as well? So I see this a lot when people ask about the AI voice calling and stuff, because it's like a lot of that's going to be repeatable and it can be automated, which is the part that people hate about answering the phones. I'm answering the same questions all the time. It's always the same this, the same that, whatever. That's true to some degree, so it can be automated to some degree. But then there's also the other side, which are exceptions. So let's say you just say, day one, I'm just automating all my phone calls. I don't want any phone calls. Well, if you just leave it there, it'll work a lot of the time, but not all the time, because the exceptions, that's where your whole automation is going to just fall apart. But if you're checking in, if you're listening to the calls, if you're reviewing the transcripts, if you're following up with customers, asking how their experience was, talking to the AI receptionist, if you're checking in, you're going to be able to identify the parts it's succeeding well at, which are going to be the repeatable options that can be automated, but then, or actions I should say, but then you're also going to find the exceptions. And that's where then you can refine the AI voice to say, when this happens, route to a human. When this happens, send us an email. When this happens, do this. And that way you have a clear set of instructions. So instead of trying to automate that, you route it to a human being that's going to jump in on that workflow. And that's the smartest way I can explain this, is that, or the easiest way, is that there's going to be things you can automate on both sides, and there's going to be exceptions on both sides that need human intervention. And as much as we have to assess what the humans are doing to try and automate their efforts, we have to look at the other side of it, the flip of the coin, and we have to say, okay, what's the AI doing, and how can we actually make the AI better focused on the things that it should be focused on to automate, and how can we offload some of the workflows that it's not able to automate very well. That way humans can jump in, and that's how you make a perfectly balanced, well-rounded ship. And in the future, that's how people are going to be hired. It's not going to be, I'm here applying for the graphic designer job. It's going to be, I'm applying to work at your company, and it'll probably just be levels. People will just say, we have level 1 through 9 employees, and they handle different aspects of workflows, and that's it. And so a level 8 employee, maybe they handle, more advanced or security clearance type things, or more sensitive things, or things directly with clients, and big fish, who knows, whatever it is. And then level 1, they're handling different workflows, but it's not going to have a title per se, because everyone's just going to become kind of like a catch-all bucket that just handles different workflows depending on your capabilities, basically. And that doesn't necessarily have to have a title. It's just you're a level 1 employee, you're a level 4 employee, and you move your way up, you advance, you get different access to different workflows that you're going to be a part of. Workflows are going to change, they're going to be something different. As AI advances, we'll be maybe using more of it, or as your skills as a human advance, we'll be using more of you. It's going to go both ways, and I think that's how people are going to get hired in the future. And there's going to be a lot of people that show up to interviews, and it's not just them, it's them plus their AI buddy. So that's how employees are going to be separated in the future. They're going to show up and say, I'm applying for this position, and I also use AI. I use this particular model, or I use this particular platform to enhance my own capabilities. I use it to make myself more efficient. So it's, instead of showing up and saying, I'm a graphic artist and I have 8 years experience, you're going to show up and say, I'm a graphic artist and I've developed this mini app that I can launch in your company that will study the way that you guys do ads for your clients, and it's going to train me without extra cost to you. It's going to train me on the way that you guys do things in 2 weeks or less, and then I'll just be smooth sailing, easy, streamlined, fit into your company. Maybe it's going to be something similar for like detailing. Someone shows up and they're like, yeah, and I have developed this thing that it's a little camera and it watches one of your detailers go, and it's going to train me. I'll be able to get like prompts from it as I'm going. It'll be like, Shawn, don't forget to clean the windows, okay? Don't forget the trunk is next. It'll time me as I'm doing it, and it'll tell me to get better. There's going to be stuff like that comes, and it's going to be some employees or potential employees that come looking for a job that are going to introduce those kinds of things because they really want the job, whatever it is. And then at the same time, there's going to be people that create whole new businesses out of AI. Just I'm kind of spiraling now, going all over. I just love AI, but there's going to be whole businesses that form out of this. Where just on that note, it could be something like a detailer that says, "Geez, man, most of the shops I've worked at, like they're really inefficient in a lot of ways, and they find ways to develop a camera system." Then they come in and hey, man, welcome back. Cheers.
Home internet.
Hey, fair enough, man. That's what's going on in the world, man. Yeah. It's you know what it is? Part of the lines pass through Canada. That's what it is. Maybe we just, we're messing with you guys. Turn off the tap a little bit. Just kidding. We would never do that.
Too much.
Yeah. No. Not us, man. We're the same ones that start our diary with, Dear Diary, sorry for interrupting you. It's a Canadian joke. But so I was talking about AI. I went off, man. You were like, oh yeah, and how do you love it more than you love AI, or you said something like that, and I was just like, whew, and then I just went on a tangent for like, I don't know, 20 something minutes about AI, how much I love it. Yeah.
Good job.
And thanks. Yeah, and I talked about how it's kind of like what we were talking about before we jumped on, but instead of people hiring people for roles, it's going to be like just levels. So I think companies in the future, it'll be like, at our company we have levels 1 to 9, and different levels handle different types of workflows. So instead of I'm hiring a detailer, I take a look at what do we need to get done in a day. Customer shows up, from like their whole customer journey, from the time they show up to the time that we have to call and confirm their appointment, or do an outreach afterwards, ask for a review. It's all these just little micro tasks, all these workflows. How do you break that up and then give that a role? Like what we do is right now is we try and just give it a generic, oh, you're the office admin, you just you do a little bit of everything, Cindy, and it's like, okay, so then when she leaves and you have to hire another office admin, what are you even looking for? You're just like, oh, do you have any office experience? Like, what? Like, I've been in an office before. Like, what do you mean? Like, I've gone to my dentist. Like, does that count? Like, what are we talking about? What you have to get down to is the specific. No. We need someone that is, can do this. Even when you say something as simple as, we need someone that has experience with Excel. How many times have we heard that, right? Do you know how to work computers? You know what I mean? It's like, what do you need done, though, specifically? Like, computers can build video games, they can control rocket ships that go to the moon, and they can also play solitaire. Like, what are we talking about here when you say...
Speaking of moon, have you seen any of those pictures that they've been sending back?
I have. It's wild, huh? Yeah. Man, it's you see the crew they got? Where like an advertising company says, okay, we got to appeal to every audience. So they just... I was like, why'd they throw the Canadian in there? Like, they're just... Oh, man, I was dying. I was looking at as they're, like, walking down the thing, and I'm like... I turned to my wife, and I was like, man, what a random assortment of people. They were just like, okay, we got this one, check, this one, check. Like, anyway, man, but it's... it's pretty cool, though. And I think it's about time that we do some stuff like that. People always... It's space travel. They look at things like... Is it a complete waste of time? Why are we spending so much money on this stuff? And I would argue several things is that anytime humans try something new, and especially something big. Oftentimes, there's a lot of like offshoot things that are developed that we take for granted, and it's like even if you take something like oh, we have to travel through some really extreme temperatures, so we got to build some material that can withstand certain things. It's fire retardant, things like that. There's so many products that can spin off of that we'll use in building materials and stuff like that can save lives here on Earth. There's stuff that can happen, number one, but the biggest thing more than anything I think is just fucking unity, like community all around. Like, do you know how jazzed up people get? And like, I think that's why they chose the crew they got. They're like, yeah, we need one from this group, one from that group, one from this group, because then it just brings that much more people together. I think there's something really important about that. When people are energized and jazzed up, they work harder, they work longer, they produce more for the economy. It's just, and they get along better generally. Like, when people are excited and happy and feel like they're part of a bigger community, usually it produces a lot more benefits that we can't quantify easily. Like, you can't really, does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I think of what they're doing, I go, well, who's going to use what they're doing and market with it? Right? Like, views from the moon, right? Look how great it is. And then zoom in on a car and they can see you from the moon, right? Like, your car's dirty, they told me. It's something,
They told
right?
me. And it ain't moon dust.
Yeah. I mean, anything, right? Like, that's, like, I see moments, like you say, big, huge moments.
Not capitalized on. Yeah.
Anybody going to capitalize on this moment? Like, anybody? Anybody? Bueller?
It's true. Yeah. It's true, though. There's always moments like this, too. That's the thing. There's always, like, it may not be as in your face as, like, going to the moon again. You know what I mean? But there's always moments like this, like, even things like FIFA. Okay. First off, I know.
You got my attention.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about it on the Pints of Polishing podcast.
Oh, shit. There we go. See,
not allowed, actually.
Damn, that and gardening. That's
booed
brutal,
off,
man.
actually.
Yeah.
Booed off. Like, get out of it.
Damn. Here's the thing, too. For me, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to get into politics, but there's a lot of stuff going on lately. That's, I just hope that it doesn't impact anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it. Like, it's terrible if something bad does happen, but I'm really hoping it doesn't impact FIFA in any way, shape, or form. It sounds so horrible. The more I say it, I just...
People that watch World Cup and are excited, like, they're very excited about this World Cup.
Yeah.
Very excited. I talked to one of my friends who's from South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to go for Germany.
Oh, shit.
But very excited, right? Like, she's already picking out the place. She bought a TV, huge TV, just so she could watch the World Cup.
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is America.
Yeah.
She lives here, but she's from South Africa, right? So plenty of people in America from other countries, guys.
Yeah.
Millions, actually.
It's true. Yeah. The census data is free online, actually. It's kind of funny, It's like there's people from
marketing.
Yeah. See it? That right there. That's a funny thing, actually. So when I went to school, I didn't go to school to pursue like something in that field, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do long term, and so while I was spinning my wheels, I was like, well, there was a time in my life where I thought maybe I'd become a teacher, and I'm glad I didn't. As much as the summers off sounded cool, yeah, it's like, can you imagine me in charge of kids' futures? Whoa! But yeah, so I thought I was going to become a teacher. Anyway, I studied geography just because I have a passion for geography, and the thing that interested me the most was because there's two sides. There's two disciplines. There's the physical geography, so you have like study of soil, rocks, all that kind of stuff, clouds. And I did have to do a lot of that, obviously, in my program, but the part I specialized in was the human geography. I was more interested in that because I was interested in how people traveled through the world as the world became the world that we see now, how languages formed, how languages changed, how they were, you find similarities but across continents because they used to be connected, just crazy stuff. But as part of it, we always had to do a lot of census stuff. So we worked with the census, with the local government here, stuff like that. And I always found it fascinating that so much of that information is there, and so few marketing gurus use census data. And it's like, man, I use it all the time when we want to find out. Like first off, when we see construction, the first thing I'm always trying to figure out is why is there construction, and they always do construction in cities based on census data. Always, they need to know if they have more migrants that are coming to a certain area. They need to know if more people are leaving. So there's immigration, but there's also emigration. So people are leaving a certain area. So there's all kinds of things at play. They need to know maybe they're building a new whatever community center because they have an influx of, like here, for example, we took in a lot of refugees from Syria. When they put in these 2 new community centers, they were building them specifically so that there would be somewhere that had translators and people that spoke Arabic to them and so on and so forth nearby. And so you start to look at these things, and then you realize, oh, and our government's also giving them all free vehicles for their families to help them navigate around and, embed themselves in our lifestyle and our culture. So it's like, oh, fantastic. So there's going to be a whole community here that, is like-minded, same culture, and they speak the same language, but more importantly, they don't really know anybody. They're new here. You know what I mean? The whole community of them. So it's if we get into that community and we lock it in, word spreads. Next thing you know, all those new vehicles are coming to us to get cleaned every week. So it's little things like this. Marketing gurus, they don't check into this stuff, man. But I know I'm going far away from the football side, but like census data is just critical. And when you look at like big events that are happening, do you think that they choose certain locations for things? Like, it's not an accident, you know what I mean? And so when they do make a choice, though, what do those cities do now? They go into hyperdrive and they start, okay, we gotta figure this out and figure that out. And so there's a lot of city planning that goes on. Like, the marketing opportunities are plentiful. Let me just say
there is, right? I mean, you just start thinking about it, and apologies if you're from Oklahoma. This segment isn't for you.
Yeah. Fair.
But if you're from Kansas or Texas, California, New York, Florida, is there Chicago? I don't know. Like, there's a handful of states that are hosting matches, right? But also hosting. Listen, if you're in Chattanooga, Tennessee, you don't realize you've got a soccer camp there, and there's a World Cup team coming to practice there. If you need something to do, you might ought to check with these people because they're going to need their cars cleaned. And you don't want them to go down to the car wash. You don't want them to handle it themselves. If you're a mobile detailer and you're in a major city where there's going to be World Cup activity, don't start in June. Don't start in July. Now is the time to start prepping for that, right? You're probably almost even a borderline too late with a lot of the prep have already been done of how they're going to care for these people. Don't mind you the millions that will be traveling in, right? I know plenty of people have talked about Ubers and the Toro, right? Different way, right? Okay, we're just brainstorming here, guys. If you're a shop and you're in one of these cities, how do you capitalize on it? Man, that's a wonderful question. That's a really great question for marketing people to discuss, which we do, but it's also a thing to, I think it was interesting, Shawn, why don't people go into the OrbisX group and really talk about marketing questions and ideas?
Yeah.
Like,
I always
coming out of, they listen to the episodes, we see them.
Yeah.
But come on, does everybody think that everybody knows everything about marketing? Or should we start to ask some questions for other people? What have you guys seen? Anybody doing anything? I think it'd be wonderful to have some ideas of what some people are starting to do. The amount of people that are going to go to these events. Where could you set up? Hey, I'm a guy that set up a tent and clean cars. So I have zero issues starting to think as a mobile detailer, hey, where are people going to be parking? Where's everybody going to? How can I take advantage of this moment? Right? Like, how can you do it? You got chance, you got time, and I know there's, like I said on our podcast, it's not popular to talk about.
Yeah.
But
here, exactly.
Well, this is marketing now.
Yeah.
And whether you agree or like, or you're like hate soccer, this is no longer your personal opinion about the sport.
Yeah.
If you're in Jersey,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the Northeast, just call it that. How many people? I mean, Brazilians are gonna the camp for Brazil's in Jersey. I mean, how many people are starting to flood to that area? I mean,
That's wild. Yeah.
this is massive. It's a massive thing. England's going to be in Kansas City as well as Messi. I always forget Argentina. They've got one other good club coming to Kansas City, but there's a lot of places that have these. Listen, there's going to be millionaires, multimillionaires, plenty of people there that love to have.
Yeah, this sport is one of those ones too that attracts, like, from my experience. It's like this and tennis surprisingly are like, they draw a certain type of crowd too. You know, so it's and there's so many angles.
Yeah, it ain't cheap to get in.
No, it's not.
No, and if you guys ever watch any of the other, right, like, so La Liga is another, they're the Spanish league. Okay, some massive salaries, but you look at the stands, some of them aren't even double deckers. Right? They're just like up here, and you go, what? How much were those tickets? I mean, there's like 10,000 people. I mean, there's not a lot, but I mean, they're like, these are massive clubs. Don't kid yourself. You're like, well, that ain't a lot. You're like, yeah, but the millions of people that follow and watch and pay and all that, like, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. But then you go to like some of the Premier League games, 100,000 people in a regular stands on a Tuesday.
Like, on a Tuesday, and it's like, what the it's wild, man. And the thing I love about it too is there's so many like ways that you can market it. You know what I mean? Like your creative juices, like it's almost too easy in a way.
Who marketed on Easter? We just got out of Easter.
I didn't.
We go back to when we did these challenges, right? We were like, hey guys, put out like, why didn't we? Well, I guess why did we have to do a challenge? Why wasn't there just people inside of the
just doing it?
The OrbisX Facebook group showing us their marketing for Easter? It was a holiday. Like, come on.
I was hoping that I was going to see something from Darvel Darren. Because his company name is Resurrection. So I was like, man, this is. Right. I was waiting. I was like, maybe.
Like this stone moves and this light comes out.
Yeah.
Let us resurrect your car, and then like the car comes out like the Flintstones or something.
Yeah. Trust me, there were so many. I was like,
yeah, you're right. So many.
Yeah, but I was like, nothing. Ah, man. You know,
he's too busy buying glass cleaner.
Yeah, too busy. That's probably what it is, too. but yeah, it's, man, even that you could do something with the like the.
It would have been awesome to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right.
That's perfect. You're right. That would have been perfect to see.
I was just there's a couple that I was like, oh, let me see, maybe. You know, there was another guy too. I'm trying to remember his full name, but I know there's Redemption is in there. There was a few of them, and I was just like, I wonder what these guys are going to do, you know, around the holidays. So I check in, and I didn't really see. I was like, oh, well, next year.
So what's our next holiday?
Yeah. Mother's Day is coming up.
Memorial Day?
Yeah, for us,
Mother's Day? Oh, yeah.
Mother's Day's coming up. Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Got to. Easy marketing there, right? Easy marketing.
Yeah. It's layups. Yeah. That one is.
Do we do a challenge? Do we do a challenge if it's a layup? Do we do a challenge?
Yeah, could be worth it. We need something to inspire them. If we can't resurrect ideas for Easter, something's got to happen. So I think, I think a challenge is good. Challenge is always good.
Mother's Day marketing challenge. Just leave it basic, you know.
Yeah.
Put in your stuff. Show us what you got before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And or even after Mother's Day, all good. We'll pick a date eventually, and we'll say this is the last date to submit them.
Yeah, I like that. And you know what? On
Yeah.
my end, let's see some good campaigns, some good ideas out there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We don't know what the rewards are.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just coming up with this on the spot. So,
Right. Fair.
yeah, I don't even know when Mother's Day is. So,
Yeah,
I feel like it's not even for like another month.
it's not for like it's May.
Yeah, some people got time. Yeah,
Yeah,
people
you got time. And now
You got time.
Here's the cool thing. Before that happens, we will be launching our new platform called EngageX. And instead of mass emails and all this kind of stuff, it's an engagement platform. And basically, you'll be able to do SMS and email like blasts to your customer list or leads, but super, super refined in terms of picking, the gender, the age, the vehicle, like it's just you name it. You can get really refined. And it's a credit-based system, so whoever's got a nice ad will get early access and a shit ton of credits, so they can go crazy with their Mother's Day stuff.
Yes, and then you could pinpoint, so you don't just say, "Hey, get a detail for your mom for Mother's Day," but it goes to a 68-year-old,
Exactly.
lady, a 45, but their mom's gone, right? Like you don't want to make that mistake.
Yeah, no, you really don't. Yeah, unless you are doing a joke campaign, and then you do want to make that mistake.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day's not the right one for that. No. Let me clarify that. Yeah. Those kinds of things work when it's like Father's Day or something like that. Even I would say because we have like thicker skin in a way. Like
Worst holiday known to man.
Yeah.
It is. It's the worst holiday known to man.
Yeah. It's true. Oh man, but still marketing opportunities, And if someone just looked at that and said, okay, what are the guaranteed holidays there? Boom. Okay. Then you go, okay, what sporting events are coming? Okay. And then you go concerts. What concerts are coming to town? Because a lot of concerts have cult followings, And what's happening
Absolutely.
now that I think is pretty interesting is a lot of people that put out albums when we were kids are now doing their final lap before they pack it up for good. And so a lot of people are going around, and it's kind of their last time to see certain artists and stuff. And then there's just regular tours and stuff. But I think just anything like that where there's a large group of people that'll have a common interest, and you can tap into that community somehow. There's always message boards, there's Facebook groups, there's everything, and people are talking about, oh, are they coming to your town? Oh, they're coming to this, that. People just go crazy over this shit. And so I think that there's opportunities and all of that, and you could literally make 365 a calendar, plan ahead, and then you won't be caught with your pants down when Easter comes and you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. And you can work on it with Luna a year in advance. And that might sound crazy, but imagine if you just took a weekend and you just started planning out a whole year, and then the next weekend comes and you take a day and you massage those ideas and stuff, and then you just start implementing them. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. It genuinely doesn't. In fact, I would argue that the more time you spend on it, you're likely overthinking it, and you're going to just make a mistake. This is the time where you use AI heavily and get smart with AI. Yeah.
While I was gone experiencing Oklahoma Wi-Fi, did you talk about Booking Form 2.0, when that's going to be ready?
No, I didn't, but that will have a bunch of AI in it, which is pretty cool. So that's already launched, actually, but it's in our, I think, third round of beta now. So it's the round before it goes to everybody. I think there's like 50 shops with it right now, something like that. And the crazy thing, I mean, it's a good thing, there hasn't been much, like we were rounds 1 and 2, it was a lot of like, this wasn't, I tested this out, it didn't quite work well, or whatever, fixing that kind of thing. Round 3 has been really quiet, which is good. We were hoping that it would be more, I don't know, I guess we just built it well. That's the good news, So once that goes into final round, so my guess is it'll be probably next week that we can do a mass release. It's got to be done not carefully, but the thing is, all of your settings will be the same. there's some differences in how the form is laid out, and because we can't just sit down one-on-one with everybody and go through it, what we have to do is make some videos ahead of time that kind of walk you through it. And I think what the goal is going to be is, instead of just releasing it to everybody, we're going to release the videos, so you'll have to kind of watch the video, and then at the end of the video there's going to be a button to like enable my form, and so you'll kind of self-enroll, but to get there you have to watch the video first, because if not, you're just going to enable it and then you're going to ask us a million questions that like we just can't answer for a million people, you know what I mean? So anyway, I think that's going to be the trick, and then so we'll put that video together. That should probably just take a week, get all that wrapped up, and then yeah, it's going to be exciting times. And then through this process, that's what I'm most excited about, is this is perfect use for AI, is AI being able to upsell hyper-clean products for you, which is amazing, because then someone books, and if you have ceramic coating listed on your thing and they didn't book at the time, when they go and they book just a detail, wouldn't it be nice if Luna just pitches it to them? Hey, by the way, we can protect that vehicle, which is more important now than ever, because what's happening around the world with the economy, more and more people are keeping their vehicles longer. And so when someone keeps something longer, usually they want to protect it. And so if they want to protect it, and protection doesn't always mean, oh, I want to make sure that I never get a scuff or a ding. Sometimes protection is just, I want to have it looking as close to what it looks like today for as long as possible. That's what someone's looking for. And so that's where there's, two ways to sell it. So if someone's driving a 2020 Camry, do they really care if it is showroom ready? Do they want to put $5,000 of PPF on it? Or do they just say, you know what? I just don't want it to look like it's falling apart. I don't want the engine to outlive the body, which is typical of what you see on most Camrys, right? And so they're like, if it can look nicer, I still want it to be presentable. I want to maintain as much of its value as possible, not just for a future sale, but I plan on keeping it for a while, so for myself. And so that's where OrbisX really helps, when you can look at the stats and you can see, the average age of the vehicles. You can see your customers' last appointments. If you've got a guy that's been coming for 3 years with the same vehicle, when you start to see that trend that, holy shit, I'm not really like changing my customers' vehicles as often as I was before, I'm just rebooking the same vehicles, use that to your advantage, see the trend, and start selling things differently. And that's where, like, maintenance packages used to be optional. Some people said, I don't do maintenance packages. Other people said, yeah, I'm just looking to get into it. It's survival now. If you don't have maintenance packages, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the pinch that's coming. That's for sure. I've mentioned it before. We're going to see a wave.
Well, for so many people, that complain about, well, these people will just go through the car. Well, you don't give them an option. How can you complain about their habit when you give them nothing to solve the problem?
Yeah.
Right? You can't complain if you don't offer a solution.
Yeah, 100%. And like for us, I don't care what they do with it. It's their car. You know what I mean? It's their vehicle. All I can do is set the expectations. So let's say that there's...
Sure, okay, you're right. But if I set an expectation and never have a service available...
Oh, no, you have to have the service available. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's like saying, I don't know, you got to start eating healthy, but then you don't have any salad.
And when we talk about maintenance, we talk about there's so many people that wait, right? We are almost like crocodiles waiting, right? We're ambush predators, right? We're just simply waiting for people to call, waiting for people to get into our, funnel of whatever we call that. We're not actively hunting. Okay, like that, and you go, well, what do you mean? Well, because the data shows it. Because when you talk to enough people, everybody says, well, yeah, when these people call, or I just haven't been getting many calls. Wait, why?
Waiting for the phone
is
to ring?
really the question that I get down to. Why are you somebody that is just sitting around waiting? Well, that's the way it is. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. It's really not the way it is for anything. Like for any business, has to advertise, has to market in some capacity, some way, some form. Like,
Well, no, but they just saying
have
that's the way it
act-
is. Like people just call for
the
their
people
one
just call
moment
for-
detail,
Oh,
and it's like,
Jesus.
okay, yeah, but when you don't offer a solution for the rest, how do you offer that solution? There is the rub, right?
Yeah.
There is where they talk about the money, right? There is the moment. If you're questioning how, well, you're invested.
Yeah.
Don't uninvest. Keep going.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Like you need to figure out how you can take care of your customers on a regular basis. Regular. Is that 6 months? Is that 3 months? Is that 1 month? Is that 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Is that every week? How do you do a weekly? It's not a detail, is it?
Yeah.
I can't detail a car weekly. How do I care for a customer every week, every month? You go, there's no possible way. It's not in my, I can't do. Well, how do you then not punt? How do you then not give the ball away to the other team, aka the car wash, aka anything that is not inside of where you could make some money? Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Booking form 2.0. Hey, if you're somebody that goes, listen, I want to see my customer every 3 months, every year. Yeah, I don't really depend on people to come back. Great. What if you could just have money show up in your bank account?
Yeah.
You didn't want them to come back in, but your customers need a clean car. We've already talked about how people are raving about hyperclean glass cleaning. What we're saying now is through Booking Form 2.0, your customers can have perfect glass. They can absolutely love it, and they will rave to you. When I say rave, they will rave about how much better you've made their life. Hey, all because Shawn's done all the work with Booking Form 2.0.
Exactly. And then you just have to keep doing what you do right now, and just use the form, and then the form will do all the magic for you. And that's where I think, like, there's going to be some guys obviously that they're just active with their marketing, and they go after it. But I think that most times when it comes to like upsells or anything like that, like detailers just get so awkward with the conversation. Like they do it at the wrong time, or you know who does upsells and cross sells and everything with absolute perfection? Grocery stores. Grocery stores are so good. All of us have the same story. I went in for a bag of milk. Walk out $87 later, got a bunch of random shit. Like, I didn't even need asparagus. They're so good. They're so good. Their placement of things, everything from the end caps, the candy aisle in the middle, like, just, they're so good at everything.
I think in retail they don't call it what'd you call it, cross promotion?
Yeah, cross.
What do they say in retail commercial? Because I had some. Remember, I mean, one of the first products I had into Whole Foods are, and as we going to be releasing our rinseless here in a couple of months.
Oh yeah.
You know, the waterless that I put out in, that would have been 2008, 2010, was in Whole Foods.
Damn, that's crazy.
In Whole Foods.
Jesus,
Like,
man. That's not an easy feat. Like,
No.
It's really not. Like, I don't think people understand, because I've heard some people say things like, oh, I think I'm gonna leave detailing and start my own product and this and that. I'm just gonna get it in stores. I'm like, you're just gonna get it in stores,
Just going to get it in.
just like that. I'm just gonna get it in. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if you know. I knew a guy. He sold firewood. Like, the compressed logs of. It's like, it's not wood. It's alternatives. It's usually some sort of, like, I don't know, other plant or something compressed down with glue. Anyway, he sold those. They burned for like 8 hours. And he was dealing with Walmart. And he told me, he said, fuck, man. He said, sometimes you would deliver your pallets there. And as it's there, because they did real-time pricing. So literally their machines, as they're scanning things, it's updating shit in real time with currency rates and all kinds of stuff. It's doing some crazy stuff on the back end. And they would call and be like, yeah, we got your pallet. We know we said, it was going to be 10 cents per log or whatever it is. It's actually going to be 8 now. And he'd be like, well, we agreed on 10. And they said, well, we agreed on 10, but with the flexible structure. So it's 8 cents now, or you can take your shit back. And he's like, fuck, I just spent $2,000 shipping it down there. So he's like, I'll take the 8 cents, And he's like, but yay, I'm in Walmart, right? And it's like, man, it's not easy. It's
I was not in the right. They got these different space, different levels and different. Don't ever think that you're going to get on an end cap.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't think about that.
Yeah, it's true.
But they have. I mean, they have ways, but they don't call it that cross selling. But you're right though. The setup of a grocery store is very interesting. That makes you go. The setup of your packages, the setup of your website, everything going through Luna, so that it's all the right way. Because then for us, it's click-throughs, right? That's what you don't want to have happen, right? You don't want to have people just click on stuff and then they click back up, right? So you do want to have just the same as somebody in the grocery store setup. They do make you walk to certain places because they know you have a place. The majority of stuff that you're going to buy is going to be in that back. All the stuff that they want you to kind of come in and see as you get to where you're going, right? So understand, right? Like this is quote unquote the game. You need to have a game with Luna. Hey, Luna. How do I make ... Right? You could say, how do I want to make my website similar to a grocery store?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, just brainstorm, right? Like, This is the wonderful part about Luna, wonderful part about marketing, and everything is you get to just play around for a moment. Be creative.
That's the fun part. It really is. It's like, that's the joy of being in business, is that you're, it takes me back to the word drive. A lot of people, they always said, like, that whole thing, right? Like, oh, that person, they're really driven. They're really driven, this and that. And for me, not that being driven isn't a bad thing per se, but it implies that I'm not the one driving, that I'm being driven around. And it's like, so for me, it was always, no, I've got drive. I'm driving. I'm the one in the driver's seat. And the places that I go, I'm the driver, and I take a look at who's sitting in the seat. Not who I wish I had sitting in the seat, how I wish I would direct the company. It's who's sitting in the seat right now? What's my mental state? What kind of books am I reading? What kind of YouTubers am I following? What kind of marketing am I trying? How do I feel about the business? How do I feel about our customers? Like, who is the driver right now? And that's where it all starts. And that's the fun part of this, is that you are the one driving. You've got drive. Unless you're the one being driven. In which case, there's some people, they just want someone else to do it for them. There's some people that they just, oh, well, so-and-so said that this is the way to do it and this is the trend, so I just do it that way. And that's like, if you're being driven, it's going to be harder for you to get to the destination that you actually want to go to. But if you've got drive and you're the one driving, that's where you can really make, an impact in your life and in other people's lives. And you can do the things you want to do, like like we have good customers. We have great customers. But we have great customers because we let go of the customers we don't want, the ones that don't match up with our needs and wants. And we do that sometimes because they fall into our funnel and we have to actually fire them. But most times we do it by putting ourselves and creating our watering holes out there where the customers that we want are. And we pursue, referrals, we pursue, word of mouth is great, but we want the customers that we actually want talking to other customers to bring us word of mouth, not just anybody. It's a whole ecosystem, but we're the ones driving. And that's the fun part, is that we look at something like this, and so you say, okay, well, I like sports. I like football or soccer. Okay. So let me use those moments to try and get some customers. Let me try and get into that community to get like-minded people, and those become our customers for whatever the reasons. If maybe you're into ballet, maybe you're into tennis, maybe
Whoa.
ballet, there is money there. Say what you want. Professional dancing? Oh yeah.
I'm not going to argue, but I'm just going with what you said. Hey, maybe you're into ballet.
Oh, fair enough. I mean,
I'm just thinking of the average detailer between 20 and 35 and male, and I'm going, please don't be into ballet.
Please don't be
You
into
have
ballet.
Kids that are into ballet.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. It's like maybe your interest, like maybe you like going to the opera.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know what
you
it-
in Canada, maybe you guys have gotten off of reality a little bit,
Yeah, you know what? I will say this though. I did see a show. My wife was a professional dancer before, and she showed me one of those shows where it was like football players, and then they had to do the workout routine.
Oh, yeah. Those
And
are.
I was like,
yeah,
holy sh! Yeah, that's wild, man. It's wild, and like, and I came from the boxing world, so it was like the workouts were pretty intense. But I saw some of the shit they were doing. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, just put me in the ring. I'll take a couple.
That wasn't your
punches.
topic of discussion.
Fair
Your
enough.
topic of discussion was
So-
if you're into ballet.
So fair enough. So moving on from that. So the thing is, whatever you're interested in, that's the fun part, though. Is that
We talk about niche of a niche. Hey, listen, if you clean cars and you're into ballet, I'm your guy.
I'm your guy. You know what? I bet you with the right marketing. Jesus. But you know who is into ballet?
You're
though?
not higher, Sean.
A lot of soccer moms.
Oh, sure, because then they're taking their daughter to ballet, but you didn't say that.
Yeah, well, that's it.
You said if you're into ballet.
I didn't mean like if you're into like.
Well, that's what you said. I know. You're right.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
fair
what
enough.
people do about podcasts. They're like, you said this. I'm like,
You said this. It's
okay,
like,
man, I don't know really what I said. I was just in the moment, okay?
Yeah, it's true. I know. You know, it's so funny because like half the time we've been getting better, but we have like a whole episode before the episode, and then it's like we get on the episode and I'm like, fuck, man, we had some really good shit that we said, but I don't remember what it was. You know, it's like I know it was 20 minutes ago, but it's gone, and it's so we've been getting better though. But I do think that you're right. There's cool opportunities coming up, and that's what's cool is that creative. Like you get to be creative. And I guess that was my point. Is that you're in the driver's seat. Like you're not being driven. You have drive. Go drive. Go climb. Go. Like you're the one that has to do it, and you got to put the work in. But understand that yes, it's work and it's time invested, but it's fun too. Like Jesus, man, it's fun trying stuff and stop worrying about being like perfect all the time. Like there's ads you're gonna do, they might flop. You never know what's gonna make it like viral or what's gonna hit. Jesus, man, like Jake Paul, I think his first video like counted to 1 million or something. He did something stupid like that. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, he's like closing Netflix deals. Like, jeez, you never know if someone looked back at that and they were like, "Yeah, you should make a YouTube video and like count to 1 million or something." You'd be like, "That's fucking retarded." You know what I mean? I still think it's, but whatever. My point is that who knew that was going to be something, or like that Baby Shark do song or whatever.
Yeah.
Like who
I
knew
don't know,
that
but
was
if you're
gonna...
bringing up Baby Shark, we better roll out of here.
from ballet to Baby Shark. Jesus.
We're done.
Yeah. That's what you know. What it is? I didn't have a Negroni today. Instead, I had rum and one of these little bubbly things. Bublés or whatever they're at.
Yeah, you're cut off.
Yeah, that was never again. The combination. It's no good. It's no good. There were so many jokes there. It's fruity, but anyway, appreciate you as always, man. Guys, get out there. You're in the driver's seat. Be creative. Use AI, and man, keep an eye out for. You got to watch the video. Watch the video. It'll explain Booking Form 2.0, the mission behind it, what's different, why a lot of it still looks the same, but then under the hood, what's changed. You'll understand when you see the video. It's mandatory. You're going to have to watch a video, and then you can, boom, enable your Booking Form 2.0. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you as always. Cheers.